The Nike Lunarepic Low Flyknit 2 dropped a few weeks ago, and they're a slight redesign from the original Nike Lunarepic Low Flyknit running shoes. The main difference between the two is the upper, but they still share the same midsole. And since the Lunarepic Low Flyknit 2 are now out, that means you can save some bucks with the original version. You can currently pick up the multicolor colorway for around $120 over at Finish Line with free shipping, or if you really want to bargain, you can pick up the black colorway for $99.98. All things considered, that's a really good price since the newer version retails for $160. Review on those coming soon. As the name implies, the Nike Lunarepic Low is a low top version that doesn't have the huge sock liner like the originals did. The original design was polarizing at best, but personally I didn't mind it. The upper of the shoe is constructed by Flyknit, which is similar but different from Adidas's PrimeKnit. Flyknit is as breathable as PrimeKnit, but is nowhere near as stretchy as PrimeKnit. The less elastic cloth upper means it's snug fit when you put on the shoe, something that some runners will prefer over PrimeKnit. Weaved within the Flyknit itself is also Nike's Flywire system. Flywire is specific to Nike, and it does a really good job when it comes to lockdown when you tie your shoes. It's far superior than Adidas's Cage found on the Ultra Boost. Also, there's an extra lace loop if you want to make a lace lock for that extra lockdown. The Flyknit upper also means this shoe is very lightweight. One big issue I do have with the upper of the shoe is the tongue. Since the tongue itself is a separate piece, it does tend to shift when walking or running. It's also very thin and doesn't provide any padding, so if you really tighten your laces, all of that pressure goes to your instep. I don't know what it is about Nike, but they really just love using thin tongues on their shoes. This is the same issue I had with the Will Maleo 3s. But at least a heel counter on the shoe actually keeps your feet in place when you walk in them. And lastly, there's a little hit of 3M on the back of the shoe so people can see you if you run at night. But for safety reasons, you should really be wearing more reflective materials if you're running at night. Whether you get the Nike Lunarepic Low Flyknit or the Nike Lunar Low Flyknit 2, you still get the same midsole, which honestly is probably the main reason why you would get these shoes. First up, there's no proper outsole on these shoes, so traction is okay at best. They perform best when they're on pavement. The midsole is made up of two different materials. The outer or white layer is your standard foam, and the green portion of the shoe is the actual Lunarlon. Lunarlon isn't as soft as Adidas Ultra Boost material, which might interest you if you're looking for something a little stiffer to run in. There are some people, like myself, that absolutely love Boost, but there are some other people that don't like it as much because they feel like it's too squishy. On the side of the shoe, you will also notice these grooves, and that's there to give the foam layer a little more compressibility to keep up with the Lunarlon. And on the bottom of the shoe, you will see Nike's FlexPod system. If there's one thing Nike is good at, it's engineering these super stylized outsoles. The FlexPod system is very unique, and you notice them the moment you put on these shoes. The FlexPods are placed strategically on the shoe so that they can absorb as much energy as they can when you run. But fair warning, I have heard that gravel and salt like to get wedged in between the grooves of the FlexPods, causing them to leave a trail of debris when they eventually fall out. Overall, the Nike Lunarepic Low Flyknit is a great shoe for anyone looking for something a little firmer to run in. They are also a neutral shoe with a 4mm heel drop. They're also lightweight and comfortable thanks to their Flyknit upper. Concerning size, you can just go true to size. Since Flyknit isn't as stretchy as PrimeKnit, your feet will be snug and secure when running. If you do decide to go with the black colorway from Finish Line, you are getting a lot of technology for $100. Hey, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you could, please high-five the like button, it helps the channel grow. If you like videos like this, subscribe. There are more product reviews and fitness advice videos coming. For more, check out gymcaddy.net, and I'll catch you next time.